All right, my name is Omar. We're here at Functional Core Fitness, and today we're covering exercise 8 of the independent series through movement. All right, welcome back everyone. Today's exercise number 8, is going to be another exercise of the fall prevention portion of the video series. Last week we covered stepping up. Now today we're covering single leg balance. Now, why is single leg balance important? Because we single leg balance every single day and you don't realize it. Can you guess what we do every single day? Pretty much all day long, it is walking. Walking is standing on one leg, transferring one leg or your weight from one leg to the next, right? That's a single leg balance. Now, we're not balancing too long, it's quick, but if you're injured or if you're elderly, walking or transitioning your weight from one can be difficult. So we're going to cover the single leg balance. Now, what does balance improve? Well, it improves the strength of each leg independently. Now, if we just did squats all day long, that's amazing, that's great. But we're always going to have some type of asymmetrical weight shift. And that asymmetrical weight shift really indicates, if it's not injury, a imbalance of strength from side to side. So single leg balance will help strengthen each leg independently. So we have a balance between stability on both sides and strength on both sides. Now I'll give you a quick little analogy. Depending on which leg is your dominant leg. So in my case, I'm right-handed. If you throw a ball to me, my natural response when I want to kick it is stabilize with my stabilizing leg and kick with my dominant leg. That's going to be natural for me. So that's my imbalance, because if you ask me to do it with my left leg, I'm going to kick it and it's going to go somewhere where I didn't aim, right? Because I have no practice. So that is the imbalance. Now, if you look at the professionals, they're able to dribble, they're able to kick with both legs because they practice on both legs. They've created balance. So in exercise or in fitness, we want to create balance. We want our dominant leg to be as stable as our stable leg. And we want our stable leg to be as strong as our strong leg. So that's the balance that we're creating. So what we're going to cover first is a single leg balance. Now, we can just balance here, and that can be difficult, but it's not going to be exciting. We want exciting stuff. So let's cover a single leg balance forward reach with my heel and a backward reach or backward tap with my toe. So it looks like this. So I'm single leg balance. My leg, I can start off with my leg up high. That's going to be my starting point. That's going to be if I'm advanced. If I'm a little bit closer to beginner or intermediate, I want my leg close to the ground, because if I lose balance, then I can place my foot onto the ground faster. So let's talk about the balancing leg first. The balancing leg, I want to make sure that I don't lock my knees. Right? If I lock my knees, that's going to put a big arch in my back, and then that's not going to help me with my balance, right? I'm not balancing on my leg, I'm just kind of hanging on my hip. So I want to make sure that when I balance, that I keep the knee and the hip soft, meaning not locked. It's soft, it's bent. But more importantly, before I continue, the bottoms of the feet. We want to make sure that your tripod is touching the ground. Now, what's a tripod? Your foot under the big toe is the ball of your foot. Under the pinky toe is the ball of the foot, or another ball of the foot. And then the heel is the heel. Those are your 3 points of connection. That's your tripod. So when I'm balancing, I want to make sure that my tripod is connected. If I have two, let's say the big foot and the heel touching but no pinky, I'm not going to have my balance. So I want to make sure that 3 points of connection are touching the floor. Now, if I balance and I start with an advanced position, I want to make sure that my back is now straight. I don't want to be arching my back. So chest out nice and tall, and I'm also squeezing the glute of my balancing leg and keeping my knee slightly bent. Now the first portion of the exercise is going to be a heel touch forward. This heel touch forward mimics that step down of the step up exercise that we did a couple weeks ago. So I'm here, right? Opposite arm, opposite leg. I'm going to bend my knee, alternate leg or alternate arms, tap the floor with my heel. As I tap the floor with my heel, my knee is bent, but it's right above my second and third toes. Now the working leg is the balancing leg. So now the right arm is opposite my left. My back should be straight. I'm now going to push my hip or extend my hip forward and come up to my starting position. Now from here, I'm going to toe tap behind me. So I bend my knee, alternate my legs, toe tap behind me. I'm not putting any weight there. Bending my knee, bending my hip. Right? My knee is above my second and third toes. Now I'm going to drive my hip forward and come up into my starting position. So I'm heel tapping, toe tapping. Now the heel tap, like I mentioned earlier, mimics that step down the stairs. Now the toe tap behind me mimics almost like a Romanian deadlift or a forward reach that we did a couple weeks ago in another video series. But why is that important? If I am going to grab something from the table or a bench or the sofa, I'm never going to be symmetrical. I'm always going to be asymmetrical. One leg is going to be in front. I'm going to most likely hip hinge, grab something, and then stand back up. That's the idea. All day, I watch people at the studio. There's this bench that we have over there that people like to place their belongings before they work out. And we can spend a whole hour working on hip hinging, squatting, all sorts of fun in fitness. But when it's time to go home, sometimes the mind turns off. And when they reach for their keys, they reach here. And it frustrates me because like we just worked all this time on hips, and then subconsciously they go right back into the old habits. So it's hard to create new habits. And if you're going to create this habit, which we want to, we really want to make sure that we enforce it every single time. So we have to be conscious every time that we pick something up that I drive my hips back, right? My asymmetrical position where I'm picking something up. That is why I chose the heel tap to mimic that stepping down motion and that reaching forward, picking something up below me. So that is the exercise. So in review, single leg balance, 3 points of connection touching the floor. I can start with an advanced position or a beginner's position. Beginner's position is to touch the floor, maintain connection. Opposite arm, opposite leg. I bend my knee, heel tap, right? My hips hinge, my back is straight, I'm not arched. I drive my hips forward, boom, standing position, bend my knee, bend my hip, reach back, toe tap, and then drive my hip forward. Now, if we need assistance, we have our stick mobility sticks. Same thing. We want to make sure the arms are fully extended. As the arms are fully extended, I apply pressure downward. As I apply pressure downward, that activates my lats, drives my shoulders down. By me using the sticks, I've added 2 points of connection to the floor. So, single leg balance, I apply pressure down, my chest is up, my knees are slightly bent, I heel tap, come right back up, toe tap behind me, right back up. Okay, that's the beginner's version of the sticks. Now I can do the more advanced portion with the sticks. So I'm here, sticks are not touching, single leg balance. I can make connection if I lose balance. Then I'm going to do my opposite arm, opposite leg, tap. So back. So I'm now using the front stick, opposite arm, opposite leg. I come up, opposite arm, opposite leg as I come up. That would be my intermediate version of using the sticks. All right. single leg balance, heel tap in front, toe tap behind you, fall prevention portion of the video series. I hope you guys are having fun. Hope that makes sense. Please remember, train smart, train hard, and stay independent. I'll see you next week.